Yeah, so hi, this is Raj. Obviously, this is my YouTube channel, so it should be me. Yeah, yesterday I was at the park, Speaker's Corner, and it was a free Tommy event, and I spoke. That will be up. Obviously, it'll be up soon on YouTube, and I did a speech, which haven't really normally done, but I was asked to do it, so it was a spontaneous thing, and yeah, I'm glad I did it. The reason I did it for Tommy Robinson is when somebody I feel is being wrongly oppressed, I have to put aside any kind of what I call concerns I have about other stuff about him. So I don't. Sometimes I have a few concerns, but when he's in prison and I feel he's been unjustly treated, I will support the man 100%. And so I was there and I was asked to speak, so I did. And I'm glad I did it. A lot of people may not like it, especially Sikhs will probably say, "Oh, why do you do it?" But I feel like Tommy Robinson is misunderstood. I'll just say that it's me. I haven't got my turban on right now. I've just woken up. One of the things is people make this kind of lie up that Tommy Robinson has never supported Sikhs. He's never spoken about grooming about Sikhs, so I always use the token. Now this video I'm going to show you here is nearly 4 years old now. Actually, no, 3 years old. So you can see the date, April 30th, 2015. Now, one of the things you have to understand that this logo here is actually the Sikh channel. And Sikh channel is the biggest Sikh channel in the world. And so here is Tommy Robinson speaking 3 years ago, not just now when I met him. He didn't just suddenly start talking about Sikh girls being groomed to kind of win me over, because that's the way it sounds like, oh, they're trying to kind of manipulate me. No, this is him talking on the Sikh channel with a Sikh presenter. I'll actually put a link into it at some point later on in the next few days. So with a Sikh thing, which is a 30-minute interview. And so all of this kind of, you can see Navjot Singh Sangha. Singh means he's a Sikh. And so all this kind of false narrative that Tommy Robinson is a racist and he's only manipulating me and he's never cared about Sikh issues before, debunked on here. Then you have another video, which is here. And once again, June 1st, 2017, and Tommy Robinson at a temple highlighting the fact that the Sikhs also have a problem with grooming. And you can see here, I mean, the reception for Tommy Robinson isn't hostile. If you have a look, most people are greeting him, and this is at a Sikh temple. So, I'm not the only person, and I'm going to say this now, Sikh or Hindu or somebody who supports Tommy Robinson. There are others. I'm just one of the most vocal, because obviously I had a situation that put me in a situation where I had to kind of decide, all right, do I just forget about somebody I knew being groomed, a cousin, or should I use my experience as a way to kind of highlight the false narrative that it's an Asian issue, and I have to stand up for what I feel is right. One of the other things is that yesterday after I'd done the speech, I got a lot of stick, obviously from the regular kind of disgruntled minorities, and saying you're a traitor and all this kind of stuff. And there's certain people that like I really, 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 really despise, but I talk to, like this so-called guy here who says he's a Sikh. He says I'm not a Sikh, fair enough. But so I was surrounded afterwards, and I don't, I don't get bullied. But when people are saying they're gonna knock my turban off, which is like, I just want to say something. If any man, whether he's, it doesn't matter who he is, he could be 10 foot. If any man, even if he's Sikh, threatens to knock my turban off, specifically to knock my turban off, not to fight me, but to knock my turban off, I'll defend myself to the death, and that's the truth. Because no Sikh man will allow another man to specifically come and knock your turban off. Now, if they hear you're in a little bit of a scuffle, fair enough. And I'm not condoning violence, but I'm sick and tired of the double standards of Speaker's Corner. So a particular race can threaten. If a white person done it, they'd be called a racist and all this kind of stuff. So I said a few things in this particular confrontation that I regretted. One of them is that I see myself as a misanthrope, and a misanthrope is somebody that has a distrust for humanity. I know it's not a good way to live, but it's just the way I feel. I mean, when I watch this crowd around me, oh, here's another individual, that rape apologist. I've got to get his face in there because I've been told to take the videos down of him because, you know, he went to the police to try and get me arrested, even though he thinks he's a thug, but he's going around going to the police. So there's that guy there, the guy that, you know, he's reveling in people kind of like around me. Look, see. And so that guy is a nasty piece of work. And so you can see the kind of mob mentality. This guy here is actually a great guy, though. This guy here is a great guy. So don't say nothing about him. He's somebody I really respect at the park, a Muslim guy. And so, you know, I said a few things. One of the things I said that I hate people. And I do, if I'm being honest with you. I'm not going to lie about this. On a general rule, if I meet 10 people, 9 of them I just will not like. Some of them I will hate. So I use the word hate, and that's a loaded word, so I have to rephrase and say the word dislike. You know, at the park, I'm going to clarify is that, you know, there's people there that I actually really, really like, but they're not people I would normally meet in everyday life. So with the park, there's people I really, really get on with, who I can classify as friends, but I would never have associated with them outside. So the park is kind of a surreal kind of place that, you know, that you meet people that are like-minded people. So one of the things I really regret saying, I was trying to make a point which kind of went wrong, which was that I don't discriminate when it comes to like my dislike for people. So I don't care if you're Sikh, I don't care if you're Hindu, I don't care if you're thingy. I don't look at your religion or your thingy first. If I don't like you, I don't like you. So I kind of fell for the trap, and I said, fuck Sikhs. And I really regret saying that because I love my faith. I love the Sikh community as a whole, but I have to admit I've never really been part of any kind of real community. I'm a loner, and so I said that as a way to kind of prove that, all right, you know, I will say the most extreme thing to kind of prove that even with Sikhs, I will say that. Yeah, I won't just say it with, oh, F that community or F that community. I'll say it with my own as well. But I regret saying that, and I wish I could take that particular. Not most times I don't really wish I could take something back. That is one of them. I know it's going to be used against me in a lot of ways, and it's my own fault. I shouldn't have said it, so I'll have to just kind of, you know, just accept the fact that, you know, sometimes you make mistakes and stuff, and you know, when you're in a crowd of people that are kind of baying for your blood. Because by the time I stay quite late, so during the day it was okay because we had quite an eclectic mix of people, and so people were not really going for me that hard. But once, let's say the more kind of like Tommy Robinson supporters left, yeah, that's when I got the kind of like, I call it mob mentality. I use the word savages, and I don't mean that in a kind of a racial term, because I'm calling anybody that behaves in a mob mentality like that savages, because they can't think for themselves. They're just kind of like of a hive mentality. Even if you disagree with me, when you're going around and like verbally assaulting me and insulting me, it's all right, fair enough, you can do it. But the way the kind of mob rule works is that they can't think for themselves, so, or they're too scared to think for themselves, so they'd rather join the crowd. And this is why I hate or dislike humanity, is because people are so easily swayed to follow the mob. And so you'll have, you know, this obviously Speaker's Corner is just a microcosm of people's behavior, including mine, which isn't always great. But you can, when I see the way people behave, I can understand why people do commit genocide and behave in ways that, you know, all of a sudden, like in India when there was a partition, people that were friends, the next day they were killing each other. And so when I see people behaving like this, I'm like, wow, this is why humanity is such a flawed, we're such a flawed species, and the way we treat animals as well is another reason. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because a lot of I'm not there next week, so I think I should put this video because a lot of videos going to come up, and yeah, and I'm going to probably kind of get a lot of stick, and I'm hoping any Sikhs or anybody that are watching, if you just Google my name Raj Singh Tatwar and look at my kind of like interviews on the Sikh channel and just look at my backstory, you kind of understand why I am the way I am. I'm not making excuses, but I am the way I am because of I'm just a human being that has observed people, and the observation, including my own, I think is why the world is the way it is. And so yeah, my kind of disdain for humanity sometimes spills over into me saying I hate people, or I hate a particular group, I hate this, and I really got to stop saying that. But I should really start using the word dislike. Anyway, this has kind of been rambling on for a bit. So anyway, free Tommy Robinson, and whilst he's in prison, I'm giving him 100% support. I'm not a type of person when someone's down to kind of go, oh well, he said this or he said no. Whilst he's in prison, I always say I'm critical of everybody, but whilst he's in prison, I'm not going to say anything apart from I support Tommy Robinson 100%. So that doesn't mean I support everything he says, but I support him while he's in prison. I'm not going to go against and start kind of going, oh well, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. Once he's out, yeah, I'll say my piece. Anyway, take care, and I'll be uploading some videos later, some interesting ones. Anyway, take care.